Hello everybody, Joe Bagdones here, and welcome back for another episode of MUV LUV Unlimited, the day after 00. After I recorded the first episode, I went through the thumbnail and finally actually figured out how to do the applying textures to text. So I added the 00 on there, so that way we know which episode it is. Not the episode of the series, but the episode of the day after. What else? Oh yeah, I'm exhausted. Sorry. That's gonna be fucking first thing I'm gonna say. I got my big pot of coffee with me. But that's because I finally realized why I've been sleeping like shit and breathing funny for the past, week and a half. It turns out, one of the side effects of antihistamine allergy medication, which I've been taking 3 different kinds of because my allergies got me all fucked up, is fucking me up in another way because one of the side effects is insomnia and shortness of breath. So that explains why I've been breathing like an asthma patient for the past week. But yeah, anyway, with that out of the way, I'm just gonna do this, and then I have work tonight, except it's 8 a.m. right now, and I just slept for 10 hours, so no way I'm going back to sleep. I'm just gonna play CK3 for the entire day, and then go into work, and cross my fingers and hope it's a slow day, and I just get to sit there and play on my phone for 8 hours instead of actually doing hard work, because, oh man, it's gonna be a rough night if that's the case. Where were we? Section M4, was it? I should be in the right place. And I gotta click on the screen because I has on OBS on my other monitor, so yeah. I didn't stop recording, did I? No, okay. Whew. Wish I could know for sure though. I've only been to the medical bay once or twice before, so I have no idea where M4 is supposed to be. Yeah, aircraft carriers, basically a small city. I've never been on an aircraft carrier myself, but even being on a battleship is fucking giant. Though smaller than you would think, it's weird. The size of scale of, big naval war vessels like this is funny. Thanks, Doc. She's been sleeping for over a day now. That's enough time to recover, I guess. Even if she hasn't, she'll have to deal with it. It's times like these that a Marine's physical conditioning comes into play. Come to think of it, there are fewer people hospitalized here than before. Is that because they've gotten better, or do we just have so many fewer people? Well, it's only logical. Once someone recovers, they're out in a flash. Besides, it's not like we're getting that many new faces with the ship stuck in the middle of nowhere. And then there's the poor souls who never recovered. The second medical ward should be on the other side of this door. Hell yeah, don't be weird about it. Nice. I can't be blamed for this. It was an accident. Yeah, and she seems to be taking it that way. You just opened the door, and she's like, "Oh, hold on," and you're like, "Okay, I'm completely innocent, Chief." Better not go to the fucking chief. You're supposed to close the frickin' curtains. That's what they're there for. Whoa. Little butter bar. Yeah. Don't be weird about it. Don't be weird about it. She's acting as if nothing happened. I should be glad, but instead, I'm dying inside. Oh, yeah, front lines. Zero fucking care in the world. She doesn't care about that? At all? Oh, wait, I get it now. Bingo. Sometimes I hate being right. No one wants babies underway. Yeah, she has no idea how things are supposed to work around here. Men and women on the front lines have no choice but to share the same facilities for sleep and personal hygiene, so people running into each other while changing is pretty much part of everyday life. But it's not like that on the Seven Seas. Are there even Seven Seas left anymore? Like, how bad is the ocean dry up? Then again, depending who you ask, the Seven Seas change. Like, you know, depending on, like, where you are in the world. Like, Europe has a different idea of the Seven Seas. Like, Arabia has a different idea of what the Seven Seas are, so on and so forth. Please do, as fast as you can. Don't make things harder on me than they need to be. But you're a girl. This dude drinks his respect women juice. Things wouldn't be so awkward if I didn't see you half naked. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And now she's mad. God help me, women sure are complicated. I better keep this from Mel and the commander, or they'll bust my balls like there's no tomorrow. Oh, they got CBT on the ship? Ugh. Hope you got an ice pack. Damn, look at that smile. She's so cute. I'm having a hard time believing she's a fellow leatherneck. You know, fucking go to Applebee's and get one of those little 4-pack of crayons for the coloring book and put it in front of her and see how long they last, and you'll be able to tell. Oh god, there's more? You would have been fine. You could have just eaten all that salt. And dug for fish. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Well... That's fair. I'm not surprised. Speaking of being lost at sea, one interesting thing they're teaching people how to do is celestial navigation. At least I'm pretty sure they're teaching pilots how to do that in the Air Force now. Probably in the Navy too. Though compared to what Lilia had to suffer, we've had it much better. We've got land close by, plenty of supplies, and TSFs to explore and defend ourselves if something happens. Most importantly, we can turn seawater into freshwater thanks to the nuclear reactor. That gives us plenty of leeway. But even with all these resources at our disposal, the tension on board the JFK can grow unbearable at times. Do they use the, boil the seawater to turn into steam and then collect the steam to cool into fresh water? Is that how a nuclear reactor's desalination plant works? I have no idea. Unless he's just saying because they have the nuclear reactor, they can power a desalination plant. I'll have to go into like a fucking Google deep dive later. Or if you're a fucking boathead, you can let me know in the comments in the week after I record this that the video will be up. I might have learned, but hey. Imagine this was a simple supply ship. It would be 100 times worse. You'd probably all be dead. Give me a break. I'm trying my best here, you know. I was wondering about this yesterday, but why am I so awkward around her? Something has to be wrong with me. Yeah, it's all the fucking G elements in the air, man. They're fucking messing with your brain, your hormone levels. No, I'm not the problem here. It's all on the commander and her childish behavior.
ところで体調はもう大丈夫なのか。
そうね。さすがに昨日の夜まではほとんど意識はなかったけど。動かないベッドは最高ね。よく眠れたわ。
Must be nice being able to sleep.
そりゃよかったな。
でも、
Well, at least she's good humored about it.
何が？
いくら停泊してるって言っても船の上でしょ。さすが大型正規母艦ってことなのかもしれないけど。
Well, it's also we're in like shallow water, and you know the general size of an aircraft carrier. It's not going to rock much. But then again, I guess if it's you know, in too much of shallow water, the balance is going to be like its center of gravity is going to be really high. Yeah, I can see why that might be strange. It'd be weird for her not to pick up on that.
もちろん母艦の安定性はもともと抜群だけど、多分この後説明があるけど。
I was right. We did run around.
浅瀬だし、苦労して水平取ったから見た目には気づかなかっただろうけど。
見た目って私はまだ若干前にぼんやり見えただけよ。
そういやそうか。まあ仲間内じゃケネディホテルとか呼ばれてるよ。
So we're not going to be hitting the waves anytime soon. You know, going out to see what else the fuck is going on in the world. Huh? Why she's making that face now? Yes. I was about to say out of the fucking frying pan into the fire, but in her case, it's more like, you know, out of the fire back into the frying pan, you know. It just got a little bit better, but it's not great. She's still dealing with the stress. I need to choose my words very carefully. I know I'm not exactly the most tactful guy in the world, but that's no excuse. The commander is going to be on my case if we're late, I'm sure. It took you all this time to figure out where to jam it in, Willy boy? I could practically hear that damn woman in my head. Blech.
Attention on deck! 海兵隊第536戦術歩行戦闘機隊
An actual, you know, admiral. When I heard captain, I'm like, oh, fucking 06, right? No, the actual, not the rank captain, you know, Admiral so-and-so of the, you know, ship, the captain. Commodore. Pretty sure? What are my Navy ranks? As you can tell, I don't deal with the fucking boat boys very often. Navy. Commissioned. Ranks. Yeah, 1 star would be fucking Rear Admiral lower half. But, you know, they're Navy and they have all sorts of extra fucking funny duty titles. Because, you know, they're the Navy. And they like being special like that. Fuck the Navy ranks. They're awful. I hate them. Yeah, Commodore. I was right.
現在、ジョン・ F ・ケネディ母艦打撃軍司令並びにこのケネディ海軍駐留拠点司令を兼任しているリディア・シェルベリ少尉はまずは機関の生還に敬意を表す
Yeah, your survival was very lucky.
あの大災害大解放をよくぞ生き延びた機関が今この場所にいることその事実こそがブルーオーシャン作戦における
What's Operation Blue Ocean? Those are no empty words. In this day and age, surviving is enough to make you a hero. That's how catastrophic the Great Ocean collapse was.
現在我々は未だ本国との連絡に成功していない。すなわち、ブルーオーシャン作戦は今なお継続中ということである。 この状況下にあって我々は多くの欠員を出しており、一人でも多くの人員を欲している。
Yep, congratulations, you're getting pressed into service aboard the ship.
よって本国からの指揮系統が回復するまでの間、リリア・シェルベリ少尉を本艦海兵隊に編入する。この編入に対し異議がある場合、現状況終了後に文書で提出。
Yeah, you can complain once we get the fuck back home.
は、ありません。
合衆国正規戦術規母艦ジョン・ F ・ケネディへようこそ。シェルベ
Woohoo!
リ少尉 JFK 乗組員一同貴様を歓迎する。
は、リリア・シェルベリ少尉、ただいまをもって着任いたします。
さて、詳細は後ほどマクマナス中尉から説明があるが、本艦と同盟各国の
Yeah, you're probably gonna need a quick rundown on the sitch.
シェルベリ少尉は第26海兵戦術機構軍だったな。確か在フィリピンの部隊と記憶している。
Did the US ever give the Philippines independence in this timeline, I wonder?
はい、その通り
Or was it still technically like I'm not gonna say colony, overseas territory?
ならば第3次作戦用の上陸部隊で。
Because we're the United States, we don't have colonies, we're above that.
は、
よろしい。ならばバビロン作戦について特に説明の必要はないものとして進め。
Yep, we played fucking unlimited and alternative.
本艦 CVN
Oh, no, we're gonna get in
ジョ
anyway.
ン・ F ・ケネディは両艦のニミッツとともに母艦打撃軍を編成し、鉄原配部攻略部隊として日本海に展開していた。
Mm-hmm. So how'd that go? It's been 3 months.
国連軍横浜基地に寄港して。
Oh, did they dig canals through the island? I guess it makes sense.
フリゲート艦ワンデグリフトとハワイを目指したが、ウェーク島北北東で大海溝に伴う超規模津波に遭遇。直営艦を失った。
Mega tsunami.
人員装備の被害状況のほとんどはこのブルーオーシャン作戦の大津波の際に生じた。
Yeah, that'd be rough on the
本艦
boats.
乗員数は2192名。
You know, if you want to encounter a tsunami, you want it to be in the fucking deep ocean in the middle of nowhere. You know, the waves don't really get like the fucking big cresting fucking wall of water until you get closer to shore.
死傷者は約1000名近い。
Ugh.
特にアイランドと格納庫内で作業を行っていた兵員に被害が集中している。
Yeah. Lily is in shock. I guess it's only natural for someone who's never served aboard a ship like this before. A TSF carrier needs a massive crew to operate. The number of dead and severely wounded people when a disaster like this strikes is several orders of magnitude higher than what a regular-sized ship would suffer. Not like anyone can get used to hearing this. I felt my stomach turn when the captain started to list the casualty figures.
アイランドの被害は大津波による艦の動揺が原因である。
Oh god, you guys really are in the fucking middle of nowhere.
さらに格納庫内においては想定以上の動揺で係留を外れた機体が格納庫内を数度に
Ooh,
わたって
that's bad.
その際多数の兵員が巻き込まれ、またシャ
Squish.
ッターの損傷後、艦内に侵入した海水によって艦外にさらわれたものも少なくない。後ほど触れるが、現在集結している友軍の状況も似たようなものだ。
Mm-hmm.
以後、数度の大津波と海図データの急激な変化によって艦の位置を喪失。急速な潮位の変動に対応しきれず、この地に座礁してしまった。現在我々は太平洋中央部、ハワイの南西約2200キロの位置に座礁している。
Yeah, bumfuck nowhere.
以来2ヶ月、艦の復旧作業を試みたが、いずれも失敗。
Nothing but a whole bunch of fucking coral atolls out in the air.
ブルーオーシャン作戦発動時より発生していた長距離通信障害も回復しておらず、現在我々は孤立した状況にある。ここまでのところは機関が遭遇した事態の推移と大きな差異はないものと思う。
は、ございません。
We're assuming the Great Ocean collapse happened simultaneously and unfolded in pretty much the same way in all 4 corners of the Earth. That's why we believe Lilia should be familiar with the story. A ship's a ship, no matter if it's big or small, and they were likely hit by that mega tsunami at about the same and that bout of nice weather. Actually seeing about as a regular word instead of an abbreviation of about fucking threw me for a loop there.
同様に漂流を続ける友軍の救難集結に着手している現時点において合衆国海軍艦船3隻が当拠点への集結に成功かかる状
Well,
況
that's
に
nice.
我が母艦打撃軍の指揮下に編入している
Cool. Now you have a screen of battleships.
オーストラリア海軍駆逐艦 HMAS、
Huh.
シドニーを発見シドニー側指揮官と協議の結果一時的に多国籍軍を編成彼らもまた我々の指揮
Yeah, that seems acceptable under these current state of affairs.
これはすなわち現在オーストラリア軍司令部および本国もまた消息が不明ということでもあるまた本国および国連司令部との連絡回復を目的とし4艦の中でも最も損害が少なく最新鋭艦でもあるズムウォルト級駆逐艦、キングを連絡艦に任命
Very, very new.
他艦に残存する燃料を集約し先月15日ブルーオーシャン作戦における集結予定地であるハワイ方面へと送り出した以後未だキングからの連絡はない
And it's May. Almost June.
他の艦については乗員装備の損耗が激しいため艦の維持に必要な最低限の人員を除き
Oh god, camping on salt flats? Oh. And considering where they said they were, they're pretty close to the equator in the beginning of summer. Oh.
一部人員については当母艦にも収容現在に至るというわけだ我々を取り巻く状況は非常に厳しいベータの脅威こそ去ったものの
Gone, he says.
我々は孤立している
Big press X to doubt.
だがあの激変を
Maybe abided for the meantime.
必ずや世界各地でその力を蓄えているだろう来るべき戦友たちとの開口に備え分散した戦力の集約を任務とし、この日々を生き抜くことこそが我々に課せられた新たな戦いである
Yeah, it's like the end of fucking Halo Reach. Once you get to the final mission, it's just survive.
以上だではマクマナス注意後を頼む
は了解いたしました敬礼
Oh god, we have fucking Navy people, Marines in the same place, which means the ranks are different. Because Lieutenant in the Marines is fucking 01 and 02, and Lieutenant in the fucking Navy is what would be a captain, which would be an 03, and ensigns, and fucking commanders, and what?
さてと改めてリリア・シェルベリ少尉はブラックナイブスへようこそま正確には私らは文献隊だけどねそれにさっきは JFK 乗組員一同なんて言っちまったけどさ私らはもともと JFK の所属でもないんだよ
さようでありますか
Oh yeah, then where'd they fucking scrape you guys from?
よしとくれ堅苦しいのはなしだよ規律は大切だがねタイの中は家族みたいなもんさ違うかい
I mean, you gotta try to be when you're all fucking stuck together in this tin can. Big Mama's doing her Big Mama thing again. I don't exactly love formalities myself, but there's a bigger problem at hand.
了解それがマクマナス注意の方針でしたら
あんまり体調のペースに飲まれないでくれよ
ウィルバート・コリンズ少尉何か意見
Wilbur.
ノーマム一切ありません
よろしいじゃあ本題に戻らせてもらうよ
Which
そんなわけで
is?
私らは正確には第三海兵衛星軍からの文献隊だ
Cool, you say that like I know what it means.
バビロンの時は横須賀に居残りでねあんたと同じ第三次作戦用の上陸部隊になるはずだった、でブルーオーシャン発動時に文献隊が編成され横浜から JFK にお邪魔したってわけさ
I mean, not a bad idea.
つまり一応建前として重要なのはここだよ私らは本来母艦好きのマリーンじゃないのさブルーオーシャンでもネイビーとは別個の任務を帯びての乗船だった
Which is? I still don't even know the objectives of Blue Ocean, but go ahead. Here we go. The commander just dropped a truth bomb out of nowhere. Well, we're stuck working with the Navy guys for the foreseeable future. Lilia needs to know exactly where we stand. Yeah, where are we in the pecking order on board the ship?
ま、そこは文献体内でも need to know ってやつだったよ。
Uh-huh.
この文献体、あたしら戦術機1個小隊、第3海兵連隊からの歩兵1個小隊で構成されてるんだけど。
Cool.
あたしら戦術機側には警護任務としか明かされてないし、直接的な任務は歩兵小隊の援護って話さ。こんな状況じゃ援護もクソもないからね。
Protect the object. Sure, need to know and all that, but anyone who knows the significance of Yokohama has two brain cells to rub together could figure out what we secured there.
今は海軍さんの戦
You
術機部隊に協力して
fucking snatch and grab the brain?
この任務についてるってわけ。
You got fucking Sumika in the back?
あとは回りくどく言ってもしょうがないからね。担当直入に伝えておくと、1個小隊4名、残ってるのは私とウィルの2人だけだ。
Sure, I didn't know that, but now I do, I guess.
はい。
Sometimes the commander's ability to get straight to the point is a lifesaver, but damn. Right now, the last thing you'd want is to open Lilia's old wounds. Hell, even I still have trouble dealing with the memories. But since she's standing right there like it's no big deal, I guess she already knew. Must have been obvious when we're the only people she's seen from our flight.
稼働機体は単座のスーパーホーネットが3機。リリアにも1機専任に乗ってもらうことになるね。
了解です。
ちなみに4機目は見事に中波。修理不
Using
能
it
と
for
判定
parts?
されてるよ。大解放でハンガーも随分とシェイクされちまったからね。
Yikes.
海軍側の機体も似たような被害状況さ。ま、詳しくは明日以降ハンガーで説明させとくれ。
はい。
2人じゃただのペアだけどね。3人揃えばそれはチームなんだよ。だからね、私はあんたが加わってくれて
Yep,
嬉しい。
just one more set of hands to help carry the load.
改めてよろしく頼むよ、リリア。
ありがとうございます。こちらこそよろしくお願いします、隊長。
俺からも改めてよろしくな。
No mouth flap on that one, huh?
もち
Just
ろん。
standing there with your mouth wide open, just talking. Very good, puppet, you know, the thing that make puppets speak. I can't say the word, my god. Moving on. We're a team now, huh? The word has a nice ring to it.
さて、ここまでの説明はいいかい？
はい、問題ありません。
よしよし。リリア少尉はウィルボーと違って素直でいいね。
I'm a model pilot, I'll have you know.
隊長、召喚は常にあなたの忠実な聞き手であったと認識しておりますが。
やれやれ。素直の意味を上官に定義させる気かい？
Yes. If the stupid banter helps put Lilia at ease, I'll do my best to play along.
さあ、次々行こうか。リリアもまだ本調子じゃないだろうからね。
ありがとうございます。
これが素直ってもんだよ、ウィル。
勉強になります。
さて、
So he
大筋のと
says.
ころは艦長から説明があったけど、もう少し具体的な話に踏み込んどくよ。まず、私らが抱えている問題は2つ。
Yep,
JFK の
those are some
最初は
big
JFK の
issues.
方から行こうかね。艦長からの説明にあった通り、
Can
こ
we
の母艦ジョン F ケネデ
unbeach
ィは
ourselves?
南太平洋のど真ん中、海岸沿いの浅瀬に座礁してる。一見普通に浮かんでいるように見えるけどね、海底の泥に見事にめり込んじまってる上、一部岩礁が船底を突き破ってるのさ。
Ooh, that's an issue.
浸水区画は閉鎖されたまま。
Yeah, good thing you're in the shallows.
とはいえ、完全に丘に乗り上げなかったのは幸いだったね。
なるほど。戦術規模感はトップヘビーですしね。
そうだ、ビッグ・ケネディは水と泥に囲まれてるおかげでひっくり返らずに
That's
大丈夫だって
nice.
さ。
わかりました。
We have the captain and the JFK's crew's outstanding seamanship to thanks for saving the ship. everyone was amazing, from the top leadership down to the rookie crew members. Luck was also a factor, of course, but the only reason the crew managed to maneuver the ship into position was that they could predict when the rapidly changing tides would ebb. That's no mean feat.
でだ JUFK のハマってる浅瀬はちょっとした湾になっていて、ちょうど湾を出たあたりで水深が深くなっている。そこに例の集めてきた船が闘病してるんだよ。巡洋艦、駆逐艦、輸送艦
Yep, quite the armada you got here.
注意、それらの艦名は伺ってもよろしいでしょうか。
ああ、巡洋艦がゲティスバーグ、輸送艦がゴーファーステート。で、オージーの駆逐艦がシドニーだ。
As we heard.
ありがとうござい
Not
ます。
yours. What's wrong? Does she have some kind of connection with those names? Well, I guess it's her business if she does. And it's my business if I can't stop fucking stuttering.
キングもいたんだけどね。艦長の説明にもあったように、ハワイへの連絡任務に出ちまった。
If the oceans receded a bunch, can they even get to Hawaii?
男前のいい船だったけどね。燃料かき集めたと言っても、
Okay, enough
ハ
of
ワイま
that.
ではギリギリ。この状況では決死隊みたいなもんさ。無事でいてくれりゃいいけどね。
最新鋭で公用性も高いですし、きっと大丈夫ですよ。
The king is a brand new Zumwalt. Zumwalt? Fuck. Man, fuck the Navy and their dumbass names. New Zumwalt class destroyer. Top of the line warship designed not only to deal with the beta, but also with a view to the post-war situation when they've been defeated once and for all. A Zumwalt class destroyer is about the only sort of ship that has a realistic shot at reaching Hawaii. Well, that and a carrier, but that's a non-starter for in our case.
ついでに説明しとくと、太平洋を横断して大解放にも翻弄された各艦の燃料はもともとかなり少なくてね。そこからさらにキングに寄せたもんだから、今残ってる3隻の燃料はほぼ空っぽ。最低限整備用の発動機を回したり、好天時に備えて若干の駆動ができるだけでね。タンカーでも拾えない限り海に出ることはできないのさ。
Yeah.
皮肉な話ですよ。無限の航続力を持つこの母艦は雑誌してて、浮かんでる
Really putting that fucking nuclear reactor to use.
うまくいかないですね。
We would have easily reached Hawaii by now if the JFK wasn't stranded. God has a terrible sense of humor from the looks of it. On the bright side, the carrier is a nuclear-powered ship. Sure, we're stuck in the middle of nowhere all by ourselves, but we're not going to die without taking a shower. As many as we want, even.
まったくだ。
Hot showers at
そんな
that.
わけでね、他の船の連中はほとんどが丘かこの母艦で生活してる。こっちは原子炉が全て健在だからね。丘にも線を回して電力を供給してるし、その意味じゃ快適なものさ。
はい、早速いろいろ恩恵は受けてます。
Gotta love fucking jerry-rigged electricity lines running from a ship's nuclear reactor.
ああ、風呂のことかい。そうだね。淡水化プラントは健在。余剰電力のおかげで真水にだけは困らない。プールでも作るかって話があったほどさ。
メル、オーストラリア人には死ぬほどバカにされましたけど。
I mean, the crew could use some distractions these days. Having a pool to relax in would do wonders for her mental health. That's why I brought it up in the first place. When I told Mel, big mistake. She hasn't stopped making fun of me ever since.
ま、どんな状況でも快楽。もとい、心身の健康を追求するのが私らのいいとこだよ。さて、それじゃあそろそろもう一つの問題に触れようか。
はい。
知っての通りの通信障害さ。
Yeah, that's kind of an
今
issue.
の私らの任務にも関わってくる。
And here comes reason number 2 for our current predicament. The carrier being stranded was bad enough, but you could say it was an act of God and shrug it off. Our comms network being down for months, however, there's something more behind that.
ブルーオーシャン発動時から確認されていた長距離通信障害は今も継続中で改善の兆しはない。大元の原因や理屈はいろいろ推測されてるけど、直接的な要因と考えられる現象は2つ。
Alright, what are
広
they?
域データリンクを中継してた低軌道衛星網の壊滅、
Yeah, that would be an issue.
それから短波や中波を反射して水平線の向こうまで通信を届けてくれる電離層の長期異常だ。
Thanks.
低軌道衛星の落下については私のいたシアトルでもいくつか確認してました。
そうかい。なら話は早いね。まあ細かい技術的な話は私もできないんだけどさ。とにかく
Yeah, that's fucking
ブル
nerd
ー
shit.
オーシャン発動前後から発生し始めたこの2つの現象で私らの通信手段は大きく制限されることになった。そしてそれは今も変わってないってことさ。ん？何か質問が？
Yeah, the situation seems really bad.
はい。艦長からも本艦位置情報のお話がありましたが GPS 衛星は健在なのでしょうか？
ああ、おかげで座標だけはバッチリ取れ
Yeah,
る。
GPS are usually higher than that, and they're pretty sure GPS satellites are geosynchronous.
こっち側で持ってる地形情報はまるっきり役に立たなくなっちまったけどね。戦術機で飛び回る時には重要な広報情報だ。シアトルじゃ使ってなかったのかい？
はい。
Ugh,
配電系が
that's
やられて
awful.
しまってましたので航海士が転速で大まかな位置を計
Well,
測してい
at
ま
least
した。
your navigator knew how to fucking use the stars.
やるもんだね。
Well, their engine was dead, so checking their current position was about all they could do. But it's an impressive feat nonetheless. I heard navigators are still supposed to learn astronavigation these days, but I bet no one expected to be using sextants and celestial charts in the 21st century.
では他にそのように今も健在で通信に利用できる衛星はないのでしょうか？
いい質問だ。まずこの3ヶ月、私ら
Yikes.
の上空を通過した低軌道衛星は一つもない。壊滅的と見ていいだろうね。
Almost like the Earth's gravitational field was affected and fucking ripped them down.
一方、話に出た GPS はかなりの高軌道、静止軌道に近い高度の衛星だ。少なくともそのあたりの衛星は生き残ってると見ていいだろう。
There we go.
だがね、そのあたりの高度の衛星になると、私ら戦術機程度の出力じゃあくまで受信限定だ。
You need some pretty good antennas to get to them.
例えば GPS も向こうから一方的にデータを受け取るだけで機能するからね。こっちからは何も返していない。
Yeah.
低軌道は高度300キロから1000キロ程度。対するに GPS は高度2万キロ。静止軌道に至っては高度3万6000キロだ。100倍以上の差がある。
You only need to connect to 2 satellites to know where you are, and get a third one if you want to know your elevation.
戦術機に限らず広域データリンク自体大量の低軌道衛星を使うことで成立してたからね。もちろんこの母艦みたいな大型艦船なら本来は静止軌道衛星とも直接双方向でリンクできる。
Yeah, you got some pretty fucking beefy comm equipment.
本来
今ここに存在する艦艇の中で静止衛星との双方向通信能力を持つ船は JFK だけだ。ところがアイランドの通信装備軍が見事にポッキリいっちまっててね。
さっき艦長が言ってたアイランドの事故のことさ。
Yeah. Saltwater's pretty fucking bad for electronics. Man, we lost so many good people that day. Someone had the bright idea to start with repairs right after we'd weathered the first wave of the tsunami. Thanks to that stroke of genius, some of our best engineers were swept away into a watery grave.
ということはじゃあ
そもそもこんな南太平洋のど真ん中をカバーしてる静止軌道衛星自体どれだけあるかわからないけどね。何にしても JFK の静止衛星リンクは死んだままさ。本国や他の船団の事情がわからない理由もここにある。いろいろと復帰を試みてるけど今のところ成功
Well,
していないのは
you know you're in the
交渉
South
する通り。
Pacific, so just head northeast. You'll eventually hit the American coastline. You know, you might hit fucking Chile, but you'll hit the Americas.
そういうことだったんですね。
If the water level's even fucking deep enough for you to make it that far.
さて、衛星が頼りにならないとすれば、残るは大気圏内通信なんだけどね。
そこで電離層異常ですか。
Mm-hmm. You fucking bounce it off that and bounce it off the surface of the earth and it goes just fucking pinballs.
ああ、もともと戦術機に限らず、船でも何でも近場との通信は普通に直接無線でやってたからね。
That's why you can use fucking like ham radios to communicate with completely other different countries. And what is it? It's AM radio stations. They have to like lower their output frequency once night falls because you know it's not getting enough. You know the atmosphere's getting like reduced radio wave interference from the sun, so their waves can travel farther, which means they interfere with each other and yada yada yada.
それがブルーオーシャン発動前後から徐々に繋がらなくなり始めた。
やっぱりどこでもそうだったんですね。
本来一定周波数の電波ってのは電離層、つまり大気の上層部で反射されることで水平線を越えて届くものさ。ところが今起きてるのは電離層上乱、反射されるはずの電波が吸収されちまってる状態らしい。まあこんな推測ができるようになったのはあくまで落ち着いて状況分析を始めてからの話だけどね。当時はあんたんとこの船でもパニックだったんじゃないかい？
Yeah, being stuck in the middle of the ocean, all your fucking comm equipment failing is a pretty shitty situation
ま
to
さ
be
に
in.
そうです。急に領艦との連絡が取れなくなって、船団が維持できなくなって。
Good luck using fucking signal flags.
デリンジャー現象って言ってね、短期的には普通に発生し得ることなんだけど、それが今やもう3ヶ月だ。
I don't know what that
今のと
is.
ころ低軌道衛星が次々落ちた現象も含め原因は不明。低軌道や電離層に何らかの電磁パルスでもばらまかれたのか、G 弾の重力異常の影響がそこまで及んだのか。
That's probably the most likely one.
いずれにせよ衛星は死んで電波通信は水平線の向こうには届かなくなっちまった。いろいろあって多少は伸びるらしいんだけど、例えば戦術機同士の高さなら互いの水平線を挟んで30キロ程度、それが直接通信の限界範囲と思っといた方がいい。
Oof. It's real fucking short.
正規母艦だろうと戦術機だろうとコミュニケーションを絶たれた存在がいかに無力か、そのことを改めて思い知らされてるよ。
そうですね。
Alone, we're powerless. Lilia, who was drifting on a supply ship away from the rest of her fleet and then found herself stuck on a lifeboat alone, should know this better than anyone. And she might have to come face to face with that same reality again.
だいぶ長くなっちまったね。
So have some cheery music.
いえ、そんなことは。
病み上がりに無理しないでおくれよ。あんたはええし、明日、いや今この瞬間からすでに貴重な戦力なんだ。
はい。
今後の任務については明日実機での着座調整と合わせて説明するものとする。
は。
こいつは私の勘だけどね、ジョーちゃんも結構乗れる口だろ。
ご期待には添えるものと思います、マム。
Good answer. I'll drama one second, I'll show me the next. How the hell can she change gears so fast?
やっぱりね。だったらなおさら機体を触った方が調子が出てくるってもんだよ。
Yeah, but don't get too many and fucking burn through all our fuel.
ご配慮ありがとうございます。
よーし、こいつは楽しみだね、ウィル。
新戦力には期待しています。
I just witnessed the birth of an unholy alliance between Miss Innuendo and her new follower. My life is gonna be a nightmare.
ウィルボーは分かりやすくていいね。
Am I that easy to figure out? Yes. Anyway, maybe these two won't get along that well after spending some quality time together. It's too early to assume my life just went down the crapper.
さて、今日は以後行動自由とする。と言っても、今日のうちに船の主要施設は案内してもらっといてくれよ。
わかりました。ウィル将棋、お願いね。
了解。
I mean,
じゃあとは若い者同士
aircraft carrier is pretty big. This is gonna take a hot second. Like, you said by the end of the day, this is probably gonna take like the entire day. You kids, huh? Commander's really into the Big Mama thing. Well, whatever floats her boat. Yep. Nothing like going around a military installation and seeing the fucking cheesy photos from the 90s hung up everywhere. Oh, would you look at that? She knows her way around the carrier already. I suppose I'm lucky my squadron has some fairly nice photos. Whoever they got them from had a nice sense of graphic design. They kind of did like the whole how would I describe it? Not propaganda poster, but kind of like the 40s, 50s kind of style of like showing off the airplane kind of thing and da-da-da. I'm not making any sense. Moving on. You know, like that kind of style instead of like the fucking 90s style with like the fucking bus seat pattern squiggles everywhere. Now something a little more, you know, timeless.
やっぱ最初はそうだよな。ここも飯の時間がばらけてるから人の流れで探すのも難しいし。
Reminds me of when I first served on a ship like this. It's huge inside a carrier. You practically need to drop a trail of breadcrumbs to find your way around at first.
やっぱりって分かってたなら迎えにぐらい来なさいよ。食べ損ねるかと思ったわ。
Well, the plus side of a bunch of the crew being dead and the other half being on land, you don't gotta share bunks. Well, crap. I think I just stepped on a landmine.
悪い。ただ女性区画に男が迎えに行くってのも。
That's one thing I'd never be able to fucking do in the Navy. Like, it's like, oh, half the day, this is my bed, but then when I'm on shift, it's the fucking other guy's bed. What?
ちょっと何？やだ、何変な勘違い？
Jesus. Is this a thing with girls? Are they all just obsessed with sex?
ちげえよ。ほら、例の男女の揉め事がどうの一応うるさいんだ。
ああ、母艦勤務は変なとこがめんどくさいよね。
そうそう。それにこれはビッグマムの教えでもある。飯がかかってりゃ人間必死になってるもん。
ビッグマム？
もちろん我らがママ、ダリル A マクマナス隊長のことさ。
Darryl Big Mama McManus, Team Mom par excellence. I've worked with her for a while, and I still have no idea about her age. Is she even old enough to be a mom? Hey man, people are like that with me. I'm fucking 25, and people think I'm in like my mid-30s. She listens the second Big Mama comes up, figures. Lily is practically her disciple at this point. Worst case scenario, I'm bearing witness to Big Mama 2's origin story.
すぐになれるから心配すんなって。
なんか知らないけど、ずいぶん先輩風吹かせてくれるじゃない。昨日の話だと別にずっと母艦好きだったわけじゃないんでしょ？
Hey man,
3ヶ月先行してるだけのくせに。
we got fucking time on station above you, so technically, you know, we are your fucking superior. Shut your fucking mouth.
まあそうだな。逆に言えば慣れるのに3ヶ月も。
But who's got fucking time and service? Because I was about to say time and rank, but, you know, I think you're both fucking butterbars. Maybe she'll act less antagonistic if I go over my service record history with her? See, I knew I forgot something. We should have had this conversation already, but it totally slipped my mind. Yeah, establish the pecking order. Put her in her place. This fucking rowdy upstart.
ああ、そうなの？
前はジョージ・ワシントンに乗ってたんだ。
Nice.
ニミッツ級の戦術規模感な。
Even a standard Nimitz-class carrier is bigger than this ship, and the George Washington was among the largest ships of its class. So yeah, I think I know a thing or two about getting lost. And here's another pearl of wisdom. While the Enterprise class are retrofitted aircraft carriers, the Nimitz-class ships are designed to be TSF carriers from the ground up. The difference is like night and day when it comes to handling TSFs. Yeah, TSF is probably quite a bit taller than a fighter. Oh, she's well informed.
そうそう。ヤンキーステーション、洋上配置ってやつさ。上陸することはほとんどなかったけどな。
そりゃそっか。正規母艦好きなら。
Huh. My intuition tells me she wasn't trying to sing my praises here. But I better pretend I didn't notice and move on.
確かリリアもフィリピンだったんだよな。俺らも結構寄港してたんだぜ。
私たちがフィリピンに移ったのは最近。っていうのももう変だけど、今年の頭からよ。記憶にある限り、GW が寄港したことはなかったわね。
確かに今年に入ってからだと、そうだな。
バビロン発令の後は結構再配置多かったじゃない。もともと米軍は大西洋側に偏ってたし。
ああ、そういうことか。俺らのバビロン配置は横須賀で近かったからつい。
私も元は大西洋よ。任官してからずっとポーツマスだったから。
I know.
イギリスの方のね。
I remember from like their little fucking briefing for Operation Babylon that was a big push into Asia, but are they also doing a simultaneous push from into Europe? Completely forget. Or maybe they just never told us. Maybe we'll find out. Who knows? We'll eventually see a battle map with fucking territory lost and gained and whatnot. Hey, I know Dover-based complex.
そうよ。イギリス海軍や欧州連合と一緒だったし、揚陸作戦ばっかやってたわ。
Are you serious? She's been fighting on one of humanity's front lines since before Babylon was even a thing? She must have seen way more combat than me. And did Lilia say she's been deployed there her whole career? That says a lot. American surface pilots serving on the front lines are few and far between.
あのモン・サン・ミシェル要塞にいたこともあるんだから。
Ooh, nice. Deployed on the front lines and in a beachhead facing the enemy day in, day out? Dude, that's a huge deal.
ダリル隊長の読みは大当たりってやつか。
え、何が？
Okay, she may be above you in the pecking order now.
言ってたろ。乗れる口ってやつだよ。リリア、ちなみに聞くけど、ポジションは？
よくぞ聞いてくれました。
Storm Vanguard.
ブラッディナイトメアのガンスイーパークイーンは私のことよ。
Yeah, that's not much of a surprise. Since the commander's a Storm Vanguard, I can see how these two might mesh pretty well together.
やっぱマリーンの上陸は制圧が花でしょ。特にうちのストームヴァンガードと組んで。
You say that. I've read up on some of the not so deployed amphibious assaults in the Pacific in World War II. You gonna say Tarawa was done like no one else could have? You wouldn't be wrong, because that was a fucking shit show. Huh? What's with the sad face? Ah, shit, that's right. The rest of the 536 was on the same ship as Lilia. And that makes it the second landmine today. Way to go, Will.
まあ、それはいいんだけど。
Excellent work, fucking Billiam.
そういうウィルは？
何が？
だからポジションよ。鈍い男ね。
Nah, not really.
俺はインパクトガードだよ。
Hey man, someone's gotta fill that fucking slot in the team.
地味？インパクトガードが？指揮官候補の定位置じゃない。
いや、そりゃそうだけどさ。
The Impact Guard is supposed to keep eye on the overall battlefield situation while providing fire supports at the places where it's needed the most. Not all Impact Guards end up as squadron leaders, but I felt like trying my hand at stuff like battlefield control and live combat.
ウィルって頼れる男ってやつなんだ。
Whoa, did I just redeem myself?
そうだな。まあ、その。
鈍いくせにね。その察しの悪さで支援ポジションってのはある意味すごいわよ、本当。
So much for that. She's not the first one to point that out, though.
そうか。隊長にもよく言われるんだよな、それ。
自覚ないってこと？
Maybe he just, like, gets in the zone when it's, like, you know, time to perform.
らしい。
You know, the switch
それ
gets
こそ
flipped.
自分じゃわからないもんだよ。
うわ、開き直ってるんだ。
She did, and she keeps poking at it, this evil creature. At least she seems to be in a better mood now, so that's better than nothing. I simply have to ignore the cutting remarks and all that.
ほら、飯冷めちまうから食おうぜ。
ま、そういうことにし
You
ときま
can't
しょう。
badmouth me if your fucking mouth's full.
それにしてもこれも驚きね。
Unless you're an animal with no table manners.
何が？
この食事よ。もう3ヶ月なんでしょ。母艦が普段からそれぐらい長く海に出るのは知ってたけど。
Oh, that's what she's talking about.
さすがにそろそろこうもっとひどいのが出る頃だと思ってた。
Well, you see, with the amount of casualties we have, there's been less mouths to feed, so the good stuff's going around for longer. She has my full agreement there. T-type meals are disgusting, barely a step above field rations. Anyone with working taste buds would die eating them 3 times a day, 7 days a week. As a wise man once said, man cannot live by bread alone, he must also have peanut butter. Either that or the fucking jalapeno cheese spread.
完全無補給ってのはあんまやらないけど。
Don't shit talk MREs though. MREs a fucking banger, especially if you're out hiking and camping.
船は原子力でも人も戦術機も腹は減るわけだし。
Nuclear-powered carriers don't need fuel for propulsion, but you still need to meet with other supply ships to replenish propellant for the TSFs on board and get miscellaneous goods for the crew. Since our logistics capabilities were very robust along the Eurasian coastal region, we always got a chance to stop at a port and replenish our supplies.
今回はもともと長期化に備えて食料や生活物資優先で詰め込んでたからね。まだ余裕あるよ。
もちろん私たちの船もそうしたけど、さすがに母艦は桁違いってとこね。
No.
まあな。あと追加で輸送船1隻拾えたのも助かってるよ。
それに
Ah, crap. Here comes landmine number 3. Too late to change the topic now, at least if I want to avoid giving her the impression I'm a total weirdo.
その集まった船から合流した人員足してもまだ
Yeah, you're supposed to have like a whole fucking escort fleet with you.
そっか。あれ、なんか気にしてる？
いや、そういうわけじゃないんだけど。
I knew this topic was going to come up at some point. It's inevitable. You could be talking about the weather, and the conversation would still end up there somehow.
あのね、死んだ仲間の分まで食べて生き抜くって基本じゃない？いちいち気にしてたら飢えて死んじゃうわよ。
So this kind of do-or-die attitude is what it takes to return from the front lines. I mean, just look at her. She lost her ship only a couple days ago, and yet she's barely even faced by this.
リリアがそう思えてるならそれでいいよ。
Tough chick. Makes things easier on me too, since I don't need to walk on eggshells around her.
ああ、そういうこと。ありがとね。
God, this is awkward. Looks like she noticed I was trying to be considerate, and she's thanking me for it and everything. Words are hard to read in order, and keep a proper cadence. I think I might have been reading too much into things, yeah.
ま、横浜で積んだから合成食ばっかだけどな。調理の仕方で結構食えるもんだろ。
Yeah, food's food. Look at how deftly I changed the topic. Turns out I am a master conversationalist.
あら、合成食珍しいの？羨ましい話ね。別にいいんだけどさ。向こうの人は結構アレンジうまくて気にならなかったし。
I guess that's, yeah, of course the British. I was about to say, I guess that's a benefit of all the French and Italians being in diaspora. Yeah, that one's on me. I should have known organic food is a luxury that our forces on the European front can't afford. Though, I wonder if the French moved down to North Africa. Kind of a World War II kind of situation.
そうか。そうだよな。
ウィル、やっぱり空気読めないって言われるでしょ。
Damn, look at her changing the topic so smoothly. Here I thought I'm supposed to make her feel better, not the other way around. I don't know what to believe anymore. Whatever, I'll just go with the flow.
はいマム。返す言葉もございません。
Well, it's not all bad. One of the reasons Lieutenant Dara loves to tease me so much is that it helps people relax, and we sure could use any distraction we can get these days. At least that's what I want to believe. Knowing her, I'm sure she does it mostly because she thinks it's hilarious.
まあ、だんだんそれがウィルらしさなんだって分かってきたわ。
それ喜んでいいのかね俺。
お
Who are you?
また怒られてんの？それともまたプールでも作る算段？アメリカ万歳？
Huh. I know, I'm the one who came up with the pool idea, and I'm only getting what I deserve. But Mel's never gonna let me live it down, is she?
とりあえずそこ空いてる？空いてるよね。どっこいしょ。
I believe introductions are in order?
おはよう。
Man, you are
じゃ
tiny.
なさそうだな。
徹夜明けでこれから寝るとこよ。君らのためなんだから感謝したまい。
俺らの待て、ああ、中継機追加製造になってんだっけ。
Nerd! Deployment's moving fast, so we're already out of stock.
明日には設置に入るって話でしょ。いろいろ資材も足りなくなってきてるから大変なわけ、こっちは。
ご苦労さん。いや、本当にな。
Ah, crap. I've seen that face before and I know exactly where this is going.
感謝の気持ちは形あるものがいいな。甘いものとか最高だな。兵士は全く羨ましいよ
What
な。
are you, fucking British? Wish?
要するに、また配給品たかりに来たのか
You
も。
bloody love sweets in it? Surface pilots get more perks, but in exchange, we're out there on the salt flats every day working our asses off for this damn carrier. So Mel, you'll have to pry my chocolate from my cold dead hands. I'm too much of a wuss to actually say that out loud. God, I suck.
そうだよ、悪い。
It comes with age and
こうい
experience.
うのは正当報酬だよ、君。
You'll learn to be an asshole eventually. You'll develop a thick crust of dirt all over you that's impenetrable, and you just learn to be an asshole to everyone around you, even if it does, make you an asshole. If it makes my life easier, well, learn to fucking push that shit onto someone else to make your life easier. I better come up with something fast if I want to keep her grubby mitts away from my precious sweets.
一応正規の命令系統で委託してる話だろうがよ。
君の心はそれで納得するのかね。裏若き乙女を徹夜作業に駆り出して両親の呵責はないのかね。罪悪感でペダルを踏む足が一瞬止まるかもしれんのだよ。それも着艦時に。哀れ、ケネディの甲板は大破。偉大なるアメリカはまた稼働機体を一つ失うのである。とある空気の読めない英士がチョコバー一つケチったばかりに。
I mean, if you've been working a lot, it's easy to fall asleep even when you're working. I mean, hell, we were towing an aircraft last week, and I was riding brakes upstairs, and 2 a.m. with my fucking medication insomnia kicking in. Well, it had been kicking in the night before, so I was fucking sleepy on that shift. So I'm just fucking falling asleep at the wheel. Good thing I had the radios loud, so I could hear them when they called me to set brakes.
わかった、もういい。明日の分確保しとくから、その辺にしてくれ。
If I let her go on, she'll find a way to draw a straight line from me not giving her a chocolate bar to the JFK sinking.
おお、あなた私の友達。話が早いね。
Yeah, besties indeed.
まったく、早くないだろ今の流れ。
ウィル、
Yeah.
こちらは？
あれま、ウィル、女作ったの？
No. I forget about the commander's innuendo. Mel just straight up dropped a nuke from orbit.
ダメじゃん、ウィル。女の子連れてるなら、私なんかと仲良さそうに喋ってちゃさ。
メル、どう見ても今一方的に喋ってたのお前だろ。
Yeah, it doesn't look like you have much going on.
あ、この子がメルさん？
I'm sure I only mentioned Mel's name in passing yesterday, but she remembered it. Pretty good memory there. Not to mention how she just shrugged off Mel's nuclear strike. Is there anything that could phase her?
あ、噂に聞いてる？照れるね。メルビナ・アートバニーっす。
Ugh.
あ、飯食ってるし、敬礼はなしで。
あ、はい。
国連オーストラリア
Yeah, there's usually
所属
no salutes in the fucking dining hall
美
anyway.
術士官少尉
Well,
ビルの前妻
you wouldn't be saluting anyway when you're inside, but hey, you know how it is. And, you know, it's like you're supposed to stand up when a fucking commissioned officer of higher rank walks by, but you're in the dining hall. That makes things impractical.
ビル、あなた、缶の規律がどうとか。
違うぞリリア、その
だいたいいくらなんでもね、子供はダメよ、子供は。
Rude?
違う、断じて違う。大地、メルはこう見えて俺らとほとんど同い年だ。
Why do I always end up the butt of the joke? Ah, great. I'm getting a headache.
あのだな、今紹介するけど。
They've already learned to gang up on you. This is awful. What's going on now? What the hell do these two find so funny?
ごめんなさい、ビル。今のはちょっと面白かったわ。
面白い青年じゃろ。徹夜
Oh god, she is fucking British.
ってもんよ。
お前ら。
Now Lily is teaming up with Mel straight away. My worst nightmares are about to come true. President Kennedy, I wish I could have lived in your day and age. An all-male army. Oh, those were the days.
あのね、ビル。さすがに今の流れで変な誤解はしないわよ。それとも何か誤解されるようなやましいことでもあったのかしら。
やましいことなら脳内にありまくりだよな。ウィル若いもんな。
Feel bad for this guy. Okay, time to calm down. I need to keep my mouth shut if I want to break the cycle of abuse.
さてと。
Just gonna stand there and take your lumps, huh?
はじめまして。US マリーンコアリリア・シェルベリです。同じく少尉よ。今日からウィルと同じ戦術機体に正式に配属されたわ。よろしくね。
おお、こないだ救助された子だよね。見ない顔だからそうじゃないかと思ってたんだ。
あら、名前の方が先に広まっちゃったか。
Yeah, well, you probably get familiar with the people on ship at this point.
新入りは1ヶ月ぶりだからね。結構有名人だと思うよ、君。リリア。
もちろん。こ
Oh,
っちからもメールでいい
kind
か
of
しら。
stepped on it a little early there.
ノープロブレム。
Her cadence is really
メル
slow
で
and
もメ
weird.
ル様でもお好きなもので。
Dream team of disaster. Just wonderful. Here, Lilia, I'll gladly offer you my self-esteem if that makes you feel better.
ところでリリア、専任ウィル担当士官として一つ申し送りをば。
A fucking what? Little Durango?
おいおい、何言い出す気だ。
受けたまわります、アードバーニー殿。
さっきちょっと話聞こえてたんだけど
Oh
さ。
god, are you fucking Australian? That's even worse. I'm gonna Google what the fuck a Durango is. That sounds like a fucking boss from Legend of Zelda 1. Isn't that like the fucking Triceratops you feed the bombs to? Come on, Google. Load. There we go. It's a bird. Where's it from? Range? Why is Drongo an insult? Why do Australians say Drongo? She's an Aussie.
合成食材の素晴らしさもわからないボーイに空気読むの期待するのはかなり無理。
What?
そういうものとして扱った方が楽よ。
なるほど。しかしご配慮いただき恐縮ですが、メルビナ少尉。
That's it, Lilia. Stand up for me. We're both proud Americans, and no one insults someone who answers Uncle Sam's call in front of a fellow Marine.
そのレベルの情報であればすでに把握しております。ご心配には及ばぬものと。
期待した俺がアホだった。
It's your own fault.
今のも聞いたよね。この一言の多さがウィルバート・ディ・コリンズ少尉ですよ。
わかるわかる。だんだん慣れてきたわ。
Great. I'm getting a headache.
お前らがこんなに気が合うとは思わなかったよ。紹介の必要もなさそうだな。
もうちょっと詳しく説明してよ。隊長との話にも出てきたし、さっき中継機がどうとか。
ああ、そうだな。一応我ら戦術機体の重要なパートナー様だし。
Congratulations, you're being pressed into service aboard an American ship. I said lending us a hand, but that's selling her role short. There wouldn't be a mission without Mal. Too bad any compliments would go straight to her head, so I better go easy on the praise.
いいぞウィル。遠慮なく褒めたまえ、敬いたまえ。
Too late for that. Her ego's already Texas-sized.
メルは俺らが設置して回ってる中継機の製造担当なんだよ。あり合わせの機材でな。
へえ。
Little fucking smarty pants.
そっか。あんな中継機誰かが作んなきゃ都合よくあるわけないもんね。
そういうこと。工作設備はそちらさんのを使わせてもらってるけどね。
Yeah,
君らの
probably.
とこのエンジニアはどうも発想が固い。
オーストラリア海軍のシドニーで似たようなシステム組んでたのがメルでさ。
JFK wouldn't have found the Sydney in the first place if it weren't for those relay buoys they scattered around.
それでこっちにお呼ばれしてるってわけ。
Mad
ホテルケネディ
skills.
に部屋ももらったしさ。
Well, I guess that's good for you. Better than being on the salt
才能
flats.
だよ。参っちゃうね。
すごいわ。っていうか、それってつまり。
なんだ。
メル、私の命の恩人じゃない。
Oh yeah, we did find you because of those
しかも
relays.
私だけじゃないわ。一体何人メルに救われたのか。
ああ、それは紛れもない事実だな。
美人さんにストレートに言われるとさすがに照れるね。でも本当こんな時だからさ、やれることはやっときたいんだよ。そのためならアメちゃんの設備を使わない手はないからさ。
Mm-hmm. Best of the best.
姫ってやつだね。
だったら俺に毎度たからなくてもいいんじゃないか。
Well, quit being such a goddamn pushover, Will.
それは別。
Fucking Wilbert. Oh well, as much as I give Mel shit about ripping me off, it's a small price to pay. We couldn't have located a single survivor without her help. Sure, the JFK's engineers could have devised a similar system given enough time, but many lives would have been lost in the meantime. Now that we have the relays, our search and rescue parties can systematically recon the surrounding area instead of flying around haphazardly.
私、ちょっと飲み物取ってくるね。メル、コーラで大丈夫？
お、悪いね。大歓迎よ。
まずはささやかなお礼ってことで。
Lilia warmed up to her pretty fast. That's only natural now that she knows the role Mel played in her rescue. I was joking earlier, but maybe I really am in for a world of pain.
あ、これからも回してほしいものがあったら言ってね。私がビルから巻き上げとくから。
リリア、お前な。
Fucking right under the bus, my god. Et tu, Lilia. Yeah, they're perfectly in sync already.
やったね。ついにそっちに代理店ゲットだわ。
じゃあ、ちょっと待っててね。
So much for peace and quiet. No rest for the wicked, not even at lunchtime.
いきなりずいぶん馴染んでるじゃん、彼女。あれかい？マリーンの絆ってやつ。
That's the good old fucking US military style of mental health of just push all of it deep down, bottle it up, and never recognize it for like 40 years.
さあな。
Just ignore it.
お前と
Don't think
話があ
about
ったからだろ。ダリル隊長ともな。
いい子だね。結構無理してるみたいだから、
Mhm.
気使ってやんなよ。
そうか。
That's unexpected. I was also worried about her at first, but I thought she was shaping up to be a clone of Big Mama.
ウィルの修行の道も果てしないね。
Well, he is a
さ
protagonist.
っき合成
Cut him
色
some
がどうの
slack.
って言ってたけどさ、リリアって前線組？
What's she getting at?
ああ。ドーバーでバリバリの上陸部隊だったのよ。
で、彼女、アメリカ人？
Yeah? Oh, I see where this is going now. Mel might be a bit of a prankster, but she's unexpectedly considerate once you get to know her. I shouldn't be surprised this is the first thing she wants to make sure of.
少なくとも海兵隊の絵師はアメリカ籍か国籍取得予定者限定だよ。
Yeah, I was about to say, like, actually you don't, unless that's different in this timeline, because you can join up and you can earn your citizenship that way once you graduate basic, or you can choose not to get citizenship and just like essentially be like on a work visa, but in the military. It's weird. No one ever chooses to do that because why would you? Question mark.
さすがに俺もそこは気づいてるさ。難民2世だろ。
First to fight is the motto of the Marine Corps, but a particular group of American surface pilots usually enjoys the honor of fighting on the front lines before the rest. It's not something you'd find in the newspaper on any given day. I consider myself an informed guy, and yet had no idea that was going on before I enlisted.
オッケー。君にしちゃ上出来だ。心の隅ぐらいにはとどめとき。
親が勤めて永住権、子が勤めてようやく市民権。それすらなお狭き門か。
Before I don the uniform, the sacrifices some people are willing to make to gain American citizenship never crossed my mind. But now that I've been around the block a couple times, I've learned just how valuable American citizenship is in this day and age.
そもそも勤め上げるまでは仮国籍じゃろ？まあ、うちの方がよっぽど露骨だったかもしれないけどさ。
Yeah. She would be one to know. Mel's the daughter of Indian refugees. Australia wasn't the most racially tolerant country on Earth in the first place. Then, a bunch of Indian and Arab refugees came knocking on their door. Without giving half a shit about the niceties, they separated refugees into two camps, the one the government could use, and the rest. Mel's parents gave her a STEM education and a Western name, shows how badly they wanted their daughter to get Australian citizenship. Her case makes me realize how sheltered I was by being born and raised in the United States. Yeah, for how bad and fucked up the States is sometimes, there are places that are a lot worse in this timeline and ours. The Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment used to stand for the position that anyone born on U.S. soil is an American citizen, until the Supreme Court overturned the birthright citizenship rule in a series of judicial decisions. Most Americans supported this. Ooh, that makes me feel icky. I don't like that. As a pilot, the idea of some of my fellow soldiers are second-class Americans makes me uncomfortable, but who knows how I might have felt if I served a couple of decades ago. And if I'd been one of the regular Joes, the practical man on the street, back in those days, I could see myself supporting compulsory service from refugees.
これで終わりが来るといいんだけどな。
アメリカンは楽天的だね。敵が消えても世界はこのありさまだかんね。あれをどんだけの人間が生き延びたか知らないけど。
Oh, so like Babylon fucking, at least from the sounds of it, it's going pretty good. I mean, besides the Earth being a fucking dumpster fire at the moment, unless all the beta just burrowed deep in the ground and is just fucking gathering strength for a counterattack.
残されたものに待ってるのは奪い合いだよ、君。知人だ。
俺はメルの勝手な憶測だろ。
It's just like your opinion, man.
憶測であってほしいにゃ。君らが徹底的に能天気に管理してくれる世界の方がまだマシだかんね。
Hell yeah. American hegemony, #1. No shit. At least we cowboys can be reasoned with. Go try and talk to a beta and see how that works out for you. I mean, you can talk to, like, one of them as long as you have an alternative 3 Esper and a 00 unit with you. Did we ever take care of that guy? Or is he still just fucking hanging out in, Hive #1? Still, she's right in a sense that the beta war and what's ever going on right now happened on our watch, but we'll just have to move on. This isn't the time to be pointing fingers.
お待たせ。どうしたの、ウィル？また怒られてるの？
Nah, we were just having kind of like a deep talk. It's fine.
どうだいリリア、久しぶりのスーパーホーネットは。
And with that, I'm gonna stop because I'm hungry and I need to make some food. Otherwise, I will die because I haven't eaten in like 18 hours. So, once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and be sure to come back next time for the next episode of Love Unlimited, the day after episode 00, part 3. Hope to see you guys all there later. Bye.